I like kit toys. Anything I have to build, anything that comes on sprues. Oh, my beautiful sprues. The pop, snap, and click. Rice Krispies for the soul. There's magic in the delayed gratification, being presented with parts, seeing what's on the box, and knowing it's up to you to make it a reality. It's personal. The potential energy contained in this pile of plastic is rivaled only by Christmas morning. Hi, I'm Jaxom, and today we're taking a look at BLOKEES Transformers, a newer entry in the expanded Transformers toy canon with a real charm and a unique appeal. And stick around, cause BLOKEES is doing a giveaway for free toys, and I'll explain how to take part at the end of the video. Okay, so, sweet Christ, they sent so much stuff, and I have no idea where to start. So the base level of the toy line are these, randomized boxes with an unknown Transformers character inside each one. You crack a box, crack the bags, and if you know Transformers at all, you'll instantly recognize the character inside by its color scheme alone. Some threw me for a loop, but you know, clearly that's Ultra Magnus, clearly that's Smokescreen, obviously, I don't know that guy. The rarities are listed on the sides of the boxes, just like any well-run TCG might do. In fact, one of the first boxes I opened was this special rare Megatron figure with Energon Mace. Lucky find, which I didn't get on camera, cause I started opening them as soon as I got the package. The basic building for the Galaxy versions or the Shining versions are very straightforward and intuitive without instructions, but it's not boring. It's more or less the same structure for every figure, so after a couple builds, I stopped looking at the instructions entirely. There's just enough variety between figures to keep the process fun, especially if you know the characters, because I was recognizing the unique components of each guy and on sight slapping them together with no hesitation. That's before we get to the more complex figures in the classic class. Same scale as the others, with significantly more sprues, smaller components, and way more detail. They sent a Rise of the Beasts Optimus, a Nemesis Prime, a 2007 movie Optimus Prime, and the huge G1 Optimus Prime that's way bigger than the others, called an Action Edition. There was a time, once, when the Transformers team was obsessed with focusing the brand on whatever the current show or movie was out at the time. When Transformers Animated was on air, BotCon's staff had to ensure the convention logo for that year was based on Animated. I know this from the inside. I was there, on the inside, but you guys aren't ready for the Jaxom BotCon deep lore yet. These days though, it seems like the philosophy has totally shifted. All of Transformers history is being celebrated at once, and BLOKEES demonstrates that really firmly. Movie Prime, G1 Prime, other movie Prime, all rendered in the same clean, modern, exaggerated art style. This philosophy is the perfect direction for a brand with such an old and ever-building legacy. Something other brands have been doing too, and something that other brands really need to start doing if they want to keep up. There are figures here for some really eclectic characters, right alongside some of the most iconic pillars of the Transformers universe. Like, I'm really upset that I didn't get the Shattered Glass Optimus Prime that BLOKEES has made, because I have personal connections to Shattered Glass, and I'm not gonna blame BLOKEES for that, because they don't know, and I'm not gonna explain it to you either, because you still aren't ready for the Jaxom deep lore. Anyway, they sent me the Shining Rollout set, the Autobot Run set, and the Fractured Space-Time set. Each seems to be building up the G1 roster, plus some oddballs. The Galaxy version sets each have a Dinobot in it in both modes, and some Constructicons, so pretty soon I bet we'll have the full team of both. And the Shining versions have a lovely gimmick. They light up when you boop them. I like that. Now, all of that taken into consideration, the absolute peak of my enjoyment was building and having the massive G1 Optimus. It's really substantial and really detailed. Multiple weapons, a removable matrix of leadership, light up chest and eyes, and a build process that was utterly delightful as a fan of these types of kits. In my eyes, the stylization justifies the lack of transformation, especially because it's still a substantial toy that you can play with after it's built. the end result is a rather robust action figure. And speaking of toys and playing, well, the smaller bots do have one more whimsical advantage that I discovered on my own. They don't advertise this, and maybe this is heresy for some, but these are my robots, and I'm gonna play with them! Because they all have mostly the same foundational build, it is totally possible to mix and match parts like a traditional, buildable action figure line. Nothing uses glue, it all just snaps together and snaps back apart whenever you want. The combos do end up looking quite Frankenstein, yet in that I made a couple that I like quite a lot. And a dutiful hobbyist could surely go at it with paints and do some wild kit bash stuff. I could never, paint scares me. I can't even panel line a gun. Anyway, that's all I have to say about it, so it's giveaway time! You'll find a giveaway link at the top of the description. Click the link, complete the specified tasks, and secure your entry. The more action you take, the higher your chances of winning some BLOKEES Transformers of your very own. Thank you for watching, this is Jaxom, and I'll see you next time. For some reason, I have just been getting like a ton of dedicated sponsored videos lately, which is genuinely really cool because it's all like brands and topics that I'm really already interested in. So hopefully this stuff is still fun for you guys despite profit incentive. That said, I do have many videos in the pipeline that are not sponsored that I've been working on for a good long while but haven't been able to finish and get uploaded yet. But expect a lot more, I think, really exciting and good videos coming to the channel. Certainly stuff that I am very, very excited for you guys to see. Thank you to my Diamond patrons Immortal Blank, Lucid LANA, CHOOKA Bear, RAZU RION, and TENZIN TSEYANG. My Titan patrons CR107, Gusano, Plecopleco, and Banana Jones. My Hyper patrons Trouble, Mudorios, Orio, Alyssa Gretlein, and Mannsky. You guys are awesome, thank you so much, and if anyone else would like to support me on Patreon, please do. It helps so much more than you can possibly imagine. Links in the description.